Talk of the Town. I'm Robin Zimmerman, along with Tracy Winslow. She's the owner of Low Country Shrimp and Knits, not shrimp and grits.
Little play on words.
So welcome.
Thank
Good
you.
to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
So this business is a yarn, knitting, crocheting business. You have classes,
Yep.
plus you sell yarns and all the materials in Bluffton.
Correct.
So you said you were in radio.
I was.
And now why? Why this business?
Well, you know what? There's a lot of reasons for it. First of all, when we moved down here, it was in the peak of COVID, and I was a runner at the time, and that was kind of what filled my my time. And I got COVID, and it crushed me, and I was a long hauler, and still am.
Oh, gosh.
So my love of running now had to go somewhere because I couldn't barely get off the couch. So I went back to my roots of knitting and realized I didn't really want to drive for beautiful yarn. Yes. And so I was like, you know what, there is a need for it here in this area and in this community. So we just kind of opened up a year and a half ago and just have a really nice community of people that have gotten together.
Well, I love that. We were talking about it is a community. So there were people after COVID that were searching for that fellowship.
Right.
And this was a great way to make friends, and maybe they knitted or crocheted when they were younger, and now they're resurrecting that wonderful craft.
Well, and a lot of it came to that during COVID because people were home and they were bored and they didn't know what to do with their time. So this was something that they could try to learn on their own and really continue with it in this isolation. But like a lot of people, they came down, they lost loved ones, they needed some place to make some new friends.
Right.
And so when we kind of came out of it a little bit, this was just an excellent opportunity for people to get together and in a safe environment with people that were caring about each other and you know, needed a community.
So Tracy, talk about your products, your yarns, and it looks like you have some high-end luxury brands like.
So we've got Malabrigo, we've got Baah yarn, which is this buttery soft yarn. We have the Fibre Company, and there are a lot of places that sell just this gorgeous Angora or alpaca, cashmere, camel luxury, beautiful soft yarns. We have Manos del Uruguay. We have Urth yarns, and these are companies I work with really support women in these countries. And so they, you know, a lot of these people have come in desperate times, and they hire them to knit products for them or work with them in their yarn industry. So it's really, again, more supportive women in other communities as well.
And then you're the exclusive seller of locally hand-dyed yarn.
Yes, so we have Maggie Loves Yarn, and it is absolutely beautiful. And the owner of that, Judy Kirby, she uses a lot of Bluffton and the low country places as kind of her muse to come up with these gorgeous colors. And so it's a great souvenir too. So we get a lot of tourists that are knitters or crocheters and they want to bring a little bit of the low country home with them.
And I mentioned your top, your sweater, I guess, but it's hot outside. And you said it's actually very cool. It's sleeveless. It's beautiful.
It is because it's alpaca. So you can tell, actually, you can tell baby alpaca, which is why it's so expensive. When it's real, if you hold it, it's cool. And so this is just one of these fibers that kind of wicks away and keeps you cool.
Talk a little bit about your kids' camp and classes.
So we have the myriad of classes here at Low Country Shrimp and Knits. So you can, if you have, you want to start knitting, this is a great way, or crocheting. We have beginners classes, we have technique classes, but we have these really great kids camps. So over the summer, we have kids come in for several days and they learn how to knit, crochet, they make little projects so that they leave with something tangible at the end instead of just a kind of pile of knots that they're like, this is great, thanks. So,
are they all girls?
Usually, yes. We've had a few boys come through.
Good.
Yeah,
I like that.
We're trying to get them all started young and hooked on a good habit instead of being on their phones.
So tell our viewers where you're located.
So we are in Old Town Bluffton.
Yeah.
If you come through Old Town, if you find Peaceful Henry's and the dentist, behind there it's Magnolia Village Business Park.
Okay.
And if you go around, there's a building right in the middle. If you drove straight, you drive right into it, and I'm kind of in the middle of the middle building.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Again, Tracy Winslow, she is the owner of Low Country Shrimp and Knits.
Exactly.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.